Thank you for choosing the Finicare Plus, manufactured by Wonfo in association with Smartbreeder.com. Test principle. The Smartreader is a veterinary immunofluorescence analyzer which uses an LED as the excitation light source. The light from the LED hits the sample inside the test cartridge inserted within the Smartreader, which causes the fluorescence dye in the test cartridge to give off energy. The more energy emitted by fluorescence dye, the stronger the signal. Testing conditions must be controlled as much as possible, as variations in external conditions will provide variations in test results. Contents. Your Smartreader comes boxed and contains the following items: Smartreader immunofluorescence analyzer, Smartreader power adapter, quality control test cartridge for testing your machine is functioning normally, Ethernet cable for transferring data from your machine onto a computer. Your wonfo test cartridges come boxed and contain the following items: 10 sealed test cartridges, 10 buffer detector solution, canine calibrated ID chip, 20 pipette tips. Installation. Place the Smartreader onto a clean, dry, flat surface. Ensure the PC Mac button is set to Mac and insert the power adapter cable and power on the machine. The main user interface screen contains the following button options: Temperature, which displays the internal temperature of the machine. Test, to choose the specific test settings to run. History, to view historical test data. Account, for basic statistical analyst for test data. QC, which begins the quality control process. Setup, to set up the parameters. Test mode, chooses quick test or standard test. Before you begin, to calibrate the Smartreader to canine progesterone, insert the ID chip into the ID port until it is fully inserted. Always insert the ID chip into a successfully booted machine and be careful not to touch the chip. Each ID chip is applicable to the batch of 10 test cartridges, and the ID chip should be replaced with each new box. To ensure the ID chip has calibrated the Smartreader, navigate to the main screen and select Read ID Chip, and then select Yes. Ensure you always run a QC test before each progesterone test. Simply take the QC test cartridge from the silver packet within the Smartreader box and insert into the test device tray on your machine. Select the QC test button and run a test which will ensure the optical system, transmission and circuit system are all running as normal. To return to the main screen, press Test. You have the option to enter patient information via the Detailed Information button on screen. If you wish to do so, however, we advise that you do this before adding the blood into the test cartridge to avoid unnecessary delay in testing the sample. Testing procedure. Although the Smartreader can test whole blood, we would recommend you spin your sample into a serum for 10 minutes at 2500 RPM using a yellow top serum separator tube for collection and spinning. Withdraw 75 UL from the blood of serum sample via the pipette tips. Add into detection buffer containing 75 UL of solution. Gently rotate the sample up and down for 60 seconds until the blood or serum has completely mixed with the detection buffer solution. Withdraw 75 UL of mixed solution and slowly add the mixture into the well of testing cartridge. You will notice the mixture drawing up into the reaction window until the blue line disappears. Once all the mixture has been added into the cartridge, slide into the test device tray, press the test button on your machine and select sample type serum and also the applicable pet type. Now select standard test mode and press start test. This will pull the test cartridge into the machine and begin the 15-minute test. Once the Smartreader has completed its test, the result will display on the screen and will provide the option to print your results. Results will display in both nanograms and nominals. The ideal mating level for the canine bitch is between 15 to 20 ng or 46.8 to 62.4 nominal.